joint review of week 14 and 15, the All-Star Break edition of the Fantasy Baseball League. A lot to talk about, so let's get into it right away.
There's not a lot to talk about.
Why isn't there a lot to talk about?
This league sucks.
Why does this league suck?
I don't know. Probably because of people that are in it.
I'm going to need a better energy level out of you for this.
Probably because of the people that are in it.
Oh, I don't think that makes it any better. Just because you deliver it with a more positive attitude doesn't make the message any better.
Sorry. I'll text it next time.
Oh, is that what you'll do?
It's easier to determine people's emotions in text.
Okay. If you say so. All right, week 14 results.
Blow, blow, blow!
Bear Bashers with the 12-4 win over Baseball Stars.
Baseball Stars? That was a Nintendo game.
Yeah, it was. I'm surprised on how active Baseball Stars has been since mentioning his exit from the league.
No comment.
No comment on that?
No.
Okay. Yeah.
You had the matchup. Talk about it.
Well, dude, if you're gonna sit here and be all, like not say anything, like I don't even understand, like I could have did this in my house, dude. I'm serious. I mean, I don't. You have the roto stats in front of you. You can't do the next week's roto stats just because you're not prepared.
I'm not doing next week's roto stats.
And what are you writing down right now? You have the roto stats in front of you. If you want to say something, say something.
He was one of the worst roto teams for the week. So yeah, he always is.
He always is?
For the most part.
Really? No. 7-2 with a 3.14 ERA. It doesn't sound that bad to me. I don't know.
His pitching is up and down, just
Yeah.
like it always is.
Well, those were two of the categories he won, was wins and losses. 7-2. Not a lot of people have 7-2.
How many other pitching categories did he win?
Total bases, that's 3, and ERA, that's 4.
So he split it.
Yeah, he just lost all the offensive categories.
Ha
That was his problem.
We play for offense? Wow.
Yeah.
Shocker.
Right. So anyway, yeah, there were some close offensive categories, but his offense was really, really bad. Probably the worst in the league. I don't have that.
No, second worst.
Second worst in the league.
There were a lot of low offensive roto stats for the week.
So yes, Baseball Stars loses 12-4. Next matchup, the ending Cobra Kai's winning streak.
Well, somebody had to do it. You weren't going to do it.
I guess.
Oh, that's right. Sorry. For those of you that haven't been paying attention, he's not trying right now.
I didn't say that.
No,
for
no,
sure.
actually you did.
No, there's certain things I don't try. I mean, I'm not
Winning
saying
the
that.
matchup is one of them.
Oh, okay.
Those are your words.
The beat Cobra
Do you
Kai.
disagree
9-6.
with that?
Jeez, man. Dude, I'm not talking about me. See, here's the problem. I'm trying to move on to a matchup, and then you still want to go back and talk about me. You could have talked about me last time, but you're over here doodling and writing stuff down. So
what does that have to do with anything?
It has to do with everything.
We were talking about Cobra Kai, and then I made a reference to the fact that you lost to Cobra Kai.
So, why is that relevant? I don't understand. That's what I'm saying. Like whenever I bring something out of the equation and put it in, I'm trying to change the subject. But when anybody else does it, it's okay because that's the double standards that I live with every day with you schmucks. All right, 9-6. Team D wins. I don't know. I'm looking here. It looks like you kind of had like a middle of the road week. Is that about right?
I was number 2 roto-wise for the week.
I guess it was just because everybody was down because you don't really have tremendous stats. I mean, 276, 11, and 29 doesn't sound amazing. Maybe you did better in the pitching. I don't know. But see, the Cobra Kai looked pretty bad, especially in the pitching stat.
He was towards the bottom of the league. That is correct.
Yeah. So you were pretty good. He was toward the bottom, but the score was only 9-6. So are you disappointed that it was only a 9-6 win?
Oh yeah, he got a lot of points back. I was winning 11 or 12 to 4 or 5, and he tied some categories, which took points away. Home runs was a big one that he took away. There was quality starts. We tied. That would have been another point for me. He got 2 holds that I was trying. I didn't get a hold all week. Drives me nuts with holds. So no, he did a good job of fighting back to get points. I give him credit for that.
All right. And then the next matchup, Alaska Glaciers with the 14-4 win over Five Swords, the other quitter of the league.
Is that what you're going to call them now? Quitters?
Well, it's funny to me that basically we have a 3-day time frame where everybody's saying, oh, well, why are they quitting and blah, blah, blah. And then as soon as they quit, boom, 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 everybody's making transactions. Everybody's busy. Everybody's doing things now. Because I don't know about you, but when I quit something, then I quit something. I don't do it anymore. Is that how you do it when you quit something? I mean, and even you can say...
No, I mean, I still played out the season.
Right, but all you would do is set your lineup. You wouldn't sit there and make moves.
No, that would be doing more work. Why would I want?
Would you agree with me that both Five Swords and Baseball Stars have been more active since the entire conversation of them quitting? Because I think they have been.
I would agree. Baseball Stars has. It's hard to say Five Swords is because he only ever makes 1 or 2 moves a week.
No,
but
still, I'm surprised that there's any.
Well, I mean, if you want to call him out, yes, because he picked up the Anibal Sanchez for this week, who's going to be starting on Friday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So to me, you're doing more work.
Yeah, he's still trying to be he's still trying to be good, and honestly, I think he picked up the wrong Anibal Sanchez. Did you see that? He had 2 Sanchez's. He dropped a Sanchez and picked up a Sanchez.
Well, Aaron Sanchez is on the DL.
He was confused in which Sanchez he got. You don't think so?
Aaron Sanchez is on the DL though.
I don't know. I think he picked up the wrong one, and then it was like, oh, okay, I need this other one.
Oh, you mean he picked up Aaron Sanchez and then dropped him?
I'm not 100% sure about that.
I thought he had Aaron Sanchez.
Did he have him the whole time?
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know. That's
anyway.
interesting.
So yeah,
yes, he was number 10 for the week, by the way.
He was number 10 for the week. Alaska Glaciers seems like he was really good.
He was number 5.
Well, okay, very good offense. I'm looking at the offensive categories. His offense was really good. Alaska Glaciers was.
Number 3.
Okay.
Number 3 offense.
Man, it looks better than the number 3. Looked better than yours. I can't. Yeah.
Yes, it was better than mine.
Yeah. But yeah, Alaska Glaciers had a really bad pitching week. 5.02 ERA and a 145 WHIP.
Yes.
So.
No, towards the bottom pitching wise.
Right. But he still gets the 14-4 win over the one of the quitters, Five Swords. Okay, next matchup. 66-44 with the 10-8 win over Zips.
See, again, you're going to argue this because you're going to look at the stats, but to me that's a 3-6 matchup. So 10-8 is what it should be. Although Zips, number 1 pitching for the week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, his pitching was great. His offense was dreadful.
Terrible, yeah.
And that's what happens.
Yes.
So,
yeah. You can't be, and as Ben's champions will know this too. You can't be really good at one thing and not really good at the other. It just doesn't.
Right.
It doesn't breed success.
Yeah. So, 66-44 seemed like middle of the road. Well,
he was number 3 roto team.
Okay. That offense seems very similar to what Alaska Glaciers was.
No, it was slightly better.
Okay.
Slightly better than Alaska Glaciers.
Mm-hmm. But again, the pitching was pretty rough
for
66-44, and that's why Zips picked up a bunch of those categories. Because I guess there's only 1-2 pitching categories that 66-44 won. So it's all right. Those were the Week 14 matchups.
You did Ben's champions and Team Joe Bill?
Oh, I guess I didn't. How did I skip that? Oh, I see. Because they both have the same score. So I thought I already did that one.
Gotcha.
14-4, Ben's champions with the win.
See, I am paying attention.
Over Team, finally. With the win over Team Jobu.
Number 1 against number 8.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it would have been nice to play Team Jobu with these numbers, huh? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So Ben's champions finally. Team Jobu finally does not perform there, because I know you always say about how lucky Team Jobu has been this season. I mean,
he has been.
Yeah, but that's obvious. I mean, he got beat down because he was really bad.
Yes. You can't argue that.
Yeah, I mean, Ben's champions easily won all of the offensive categories. 1, 2, 3. Yes, all of them. And then
he was number 1 offense for the week, so I would expect him to win almost all of them.
Yeah, and then the pitching is where Jobu picked up 4 of those points.
Which is interesting because Ben's champions, according to the Roto, had a better pitching week than Team Joe Bill.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can see that, but I guess it's because how much do saves and holds count normal? You know what I mean?
Everything is the same value.
That's what I'm saying. Because Ben's Champions was number 1 in holds, and I'm
Yes.
sure that
That got him 10 points.
exactly.
Yes.
That's you
Right.
know, and that's something that's kind of easy to get number 1 in if nobody else is really, you know.
Well, but I mean, just say that he had a really good number for holds. I mean,
Yeah,
he
he
had
had 5.
5.
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah, I'm just saying. But if you have
3 people failed to get a hold last week.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm at. I mean,
I think it's harder. I think it's harder to get holds this year.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if you have a bunch of holds guys, you have a better chance of being high.
But he only has 2.
He only had 2 that whole week.
Pretty
I don't
sure.
know. I don't know. Sometimes he's making moves in and around holds guys. So,
He is going with the Matt Barnes, Alex Colomé combo,
so yeah, I mean,
which I like, by the way. Good
Team
move
Joe
for
Boo with the
Chiefs.
501 ERA. So that had a lot to do with.
Oh
his-
yeah, yes.
So he couldn't actually win more than just 4 pitching categories. Is what I'm trying to say there. Okay, so that was the end of week 14, and then
Your overall review of Week 14. Any surprises from those scores?
No, not really. I didn't think so. I mean, I guess you could say it was a surprise that Ben's Champions blew somebody out, but it's Team Joe Boo's inconsistent team is always really good or really bad, and
Okay. Were there any trades that week?
I feel like there hasn't been a trade in forever.
Has not been a trade since July 11th.
Yeah, so no trades. Although July 11th might be in that week. Now I should say that. So who was that trade? Oh, I know. It was
Jake
the.
Arrieta trade for Justin Upton.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Well, we also have the
Oh, wait, I remember that conversation. We remember when we were all sitting here and we were playing cards. Do you remember that? And
vaguely.
Vaguely, do you remember that? And then Cobra Kai said, "I don't think anybody should be allowed to trade with 5 swords and
Trade.
baseball stars
Go ahead. Keep going. Why?
because they're quitting. So we should just put a trade lock on them. They shouldn't be able to make trades." And then what happens the next day? Cobra Kai trades with baseball stars. So, just saying. Honestly, though, the trade itself, I'm okay with. I don't think it's an even trade either.
Yeah, I think it's actually a pretty legit trade.
Yeah, Arrieta for Upton, I'm totally okay with both. Ends.
Which one would you rather have?
Well, again, that's a loaded question. It depends on what team you have. I think that if you're a team who has a lot of pitching, you'd rather have Upton because Upton always has the chance of just having a 13 home run month. You know what I mean? Like just
Correct.
going off.
Right.
Now, if you're a guy who has no pitching, you'd probably rather have, Arrieta because I mean he's at least going to get some wins and he's not been terrible. I think he's. A lot of people act like he's been awful and he hasn't been. He just hasn't been amazing. You know what I mean? He's been an above average pitcher.
He's not Jake Arrieta from 5 years ago. And I
Yeah,
think that's
right,
what
right,
as long as you understand that. Well, technically, the other trade would have fallen in Week 14 as well.
Oh, okay.
The big one. So the other trade was Tony Watson, Cesar Hernandez,
Uh-huh.
Tyson Ross
Yeah.
gets sent to Alaska Glaciers for Kyle Barraclaw, Brian Dozier, and Yoan Moncada.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a massacre of a trade.
So you think it's very one-sided, huh?
Yes. I want Team Joe Boo's guys all day long.
Mm-hmm.
Those 3. No?
No,
You're not big on Brian Dozier?
I mean, I'm not big on Brian Dozier, but you're right, especially when you have Moncada, who's always going to have value just because he's young.
Correct.
I mean, I guess that's how that works.
As long as there's still a league, there'll be guys that want young guys.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, if everybody just keeps quitting, I guess we're not going to have the league anymore. But
Save me a lot of work.
do you think Barraclaw is a closer forever? Like, you know what I mean? I don't
No, if
think
the Marlins are smart, they're going to get rid of him.
Yeah, I think they're gonna
I mean,
trade
you
him.
lose value there, but
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I'm looking at it. Tony Watson and Tyson Ross are those 2 guys that you give a crap about.
No, I don't care about them.
Right.
They're
So,
free agent fodder, really.
ooh, so they're as good as Corey Kluber, is what you're saying. Never going to live that down, Vince.
All right, so That was week 15.
No, it's week 14.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was week 14, and this is week 15.
Correct.
And there's no more trades or anything.
No more
to talk about,
trades,
so that
no
was it.
records.
No records. There were no records in either of those 2 weeks?
No.
Okay.
No. However, an all-time record is on the peripheral. Five Swords
Mm-hmm.
has lost 11 weeks in a row.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure the record is 12.
Ooh. Wow. So who does he play in week 16? Who's all the pressure on? Uh-oh. Ben's champions.
He'll let him win. Because he's a nice guy.
Anyway. All right, so here are the week 15 matchups. Very, very disappointed at Bear Basher's effort.
Effort?
Yes.
Why?
As a GM, I think I have to actually go into the clubhouse and talk to the actual coach of Bear Bashers and say, what is happening right now?
And then are you going to give him the same line that you give me every time?
What's that?
That you're not really trying and you're not going to blow up your roster for a 1 week matchup and...
But it's been very strange though, because that was the worst offensive performance maybe from anybody all year long. It was that bad. Like it was just.
Did you
really
actually
weird.
get a home run?
I got 3.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
225 batting average, 3 homers, and 24 RBIs. Like I mean,
And ironically, against who? Team Joe
Team
Boo.
Joe Boo. But it was so weird because like the week before, I hit like 310 against baseball stars. So it didn't. There was no sign of this happening. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
It was pretty consistent, and then suddenly, there's 1 week where just nothing was happening. It was the first really bad week of Bear Bashers for sure, and
First of many.
oh, okay there, and the pitching was really bad too, but that was some poor GMing. I think I was trying, because I realized what was happening offensively, that there was going to be no offensive wins at all.
Mm-hmm.
So I tried to churn a little bit, and the churning didn't work. Just picked up a couple of turners that did not do well.
Interesting.
Gosman got hit really bad.
Ah, Gosman!
Well, Gosman had shown signs if he had three out of 4 starts were good. So I was like,
Who's the matchup against?
The Phillies. It was a home start, but it was against the Phillies, and the Phillies aren't offensive juggernauts by any means. But didn't do good. There's somebody else I picked up too, but I don't remember. But yeah. Well, again, I know you don't have the actual Roto rankings down there. I feel like Team Joe Boo's offense would have been definitely close to the top.
Close, yes. There was a better offensive performance for the week, but yes.
So you did do it that quick?
No, I know it.
Oh, you know it?
I just know it.
Okay.
You'll know it when you see it too.
All right. But even his pitching was, it's 7-2. Those are really good stats.
Wins and losses, yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 3 holds.
Yeah.
Overall, he was.
Team Joe Boo had a lot to make up from the week before, so
and he did. So
he mustn't have been on vacation.
Yeah, really. So nope, that's wrong. Used to be a back button. How do I get back? All matchups. There we go. Okay. And the next matchup, with the 11-5 win
Disappointing. Gave
over
away
5 quitters.
5 quitters. Gave away points again. I didn't give away. He just started actually doing better.
Mm-hmm. He hit 297 for the week. That's pretty good. 1, 2, 3 offensive categories, 5 swords won, and then
2 pitching categories.
2 pitching categories, which let's see, losses.
No, I won losses.
You won losses. Well, then what did he win? It's weird. It's a very confusing matchup. Doubles, triples, home run. Okay, 4, 5. He won. Okay, he won 5 offensive
And
categories.
no pitching
No
categories.
pitching categories.
That's shutout and pitching.
I see now. Yep, shutout and pitching. But honestly, they weren't even close. His ERA was like 3 runs lower than yours.
Well, I do have a very good staff.
Yeah.
Very underrated staff.
Oh, underrated. Yeah. So
6 quality starts.
Yeah, 6 to his 1. So
7 saves. I got a strong bullpen.
Mm-hmm.
I was able to pick up the right guys to get holds that week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you had 4 holds that week. So
Yeah, I wish I could have split them up, but
Well,
But offensively, it was a disappointment. I was winning a lot of offensive categories going into the weekend, and my guys stopped hitting. But it's what it is.
only 4 home runs is a very low power output for you.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a trend that you're going to start seeing if you're paying attention to Team V.
All right. Then the next matchup, 66-44 with the 9-8 squeaker.
It was a very entertaining matchup
It was very entertaining.
as far as closeness goes.
Alaska Glaciers was a 319 batting average. Watch out. That's pretty good. But yeah, a lot of close categories
Yeah.
the whole way through.
Yeah.
I mean,
you could go one of two directions with this. You could have said that it very easily could have been 9-8, 66-44, or you could say that either one of these guys got unlucky, and if they would have played a 5 swords or something like that, that maybe their score would have been like 13-3 or something
they
like
would
that.
have played me.
Oh yeah, or played you.
Yeah, I had a really bad week. So yeah, I mean, but a lot of categories could have went either way on this. I'm seeing. I mean, there was hardly any categories that were comfortably won. All of them were very, very close.
Except for losses.
Except for, well, in total bases, 66-44 only had 79 total bases. That's
Wow.
really good.
We only threw 67 innings.
But see, let me.
Are you going
say
off
something
topic?
else.
Are you going
no,
off topic?
it's not off topic. But this is why I don't like total bases. Like, okay, here are the stats. Here are the pitching stats, right? 66-44 wins, 6-4 in wins.
But that has nothing to do
Okay.
with total bases. Go ahead.
Well, no, it's all about overall pitching category. Pitching stats. You know what I mean?
But total bases is a reflection of just that pitcher.
Yeah. Okay. So 85-79, he had 6 more strikeouts.
Okay.
Okay. ERA 322 to 349.
That's close.
That's pretty close, right? WHIP 109 to 110. Pretty close, right?
This is pretty, yes, by .01. Yes.
Yeah. Now, the difference in innings is a 10-inning difference between Alaska Glaciers. Alaska threw 10 more innings than 66-44. But the total base differential, Alaska Glaciers was 117 and 66-44 was 79. Like, I just feel like total bases just don't matter. Like, I don't think it matters. And I think that's why.
Wait, so Alaska Glaciers had a higher ERA, had a higher WHIP.
Barely.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. He didn't win those categories, but I'm just saying barely. He had less strikeout. He had 6 less strikeouts, but he threw 10 more innings. But still, it's just a high disparaging amount between total bases, and I just feel like it's just I don't know. I guess I think the reason why I hate it so much is because I'm one of the few guys that's actually watching the games, and I realize how pitchers pitch, and they all pitch to the situation. You know what I mean? So if you have a starting pitcher and you're up 5-0 and you want to stay in that game, you hit the zone more. You're not trying to strike guys out. You know what I mean? You're trying to get contact. And a lot of times, especially with the shift and stuff like that, there's a little blue double that's hit somewhere, and it's just stupid because now they have 2 total bases. Or maybe it hits something and rolls away. Oh, they have a triple. Now it's 3 total bases. I don't know. I know I'm on an island because I feel like I dislike it more than everybody else does because people act like it adds strategy because apparently it's fun to not want to pitch guys on the weekend. I don't understand why that's something that we want to do.
The decision making is fun, apparently.
I guess. I don't know. I mean, I think it's boring in the times where I have guys who I want to pitch on a Sunday and I realize there's literally no reason that I should pitch them. I hate that. Like, there's nothing that I can gain. The only thing that could happen is them maybe having a subpar start and hurting my categories.
Or a complete game.
Maybe. But, I mean, think about how few of those are. So it's not, it's just not worth it. But anyway, I'm sorry. That was my little total base rant. I think you see a cat. Would
you like me to respond, or did you just want it to be your own segment?
No. You're allowed to say anything you want.
Oh, apparently not. At the beginning of the video, we can rewind it.
I know.
I wasn't allowed to say anything I wanted.
Well, that's because you were just sitting there writing things down and not talking. But go ahead.
It's hard to get a word in with the mouth.
Oh, with the mouth, huh? All right. Go ahead.
I'm just indifferent to it. I'll be honest. I don't pay attention to total bases. I look at the end of the week and I either win it or I lose it. I put no strategy thought into it just because of certain things like this. 10 innings, some people will say, well, that's a lot. It could be. But the question, the issue is that the ERA and the WHIP are so close that basically both these staffs. So either you look at it this way: either 66-44 staff pitched really well, or Alaska Glacier's staff didn't pitch that well, but their ERA and WHIP is a lucky reflection of it because he got hit so much harder.
He just gave up more home runs.
Or doubles and triples.
It's probably what happened.
Right.
You know, I mean, there's probably more home runs given up.
Correct. But here's the thing: if you're giving up home runs, that's runs.
Mm-hmm.
So it can't be that because the ERA and WHIPs were so close. Mm-hmm. It literally has to be doubles and triples.
No, because there's always a chance of unearned runs. Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, there could be. That's
you know
true.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if a guy gives up 2 home runs after the third out is made or should have been made in an inning, all those runs are unearned. You understand that?
Yes.
So, well, I'm just saying, like.
Well, you asked a question, I answered.
Well, right, but I mean that can happen, and
It
it's
can.
8 more total bases that you gave up because your
Right.
shortstop made an error, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't like it. There's so many
Like I
things.
said,
about it.
I'm indifferent.
Yeah.
I think the people that hate churning like it, and that's why they're for it.
Yeah, because everybody wants to just throw 45 innings a week and be done.
Yeah.
All right. So that was what is happening right now? Okay. Next matchup. Baseball Stars won. That's amazing.
Click on it. Click on it, and you'll see why.
For a team that doesn't want to play anymore.
Look at his offense.
So, 19 homers and 50 RBIs, huh? Wow.
Yep.
Well.
Yes.
So yeah, that was definitely a really big offensive week. Let me ask you this, since you're pretty tight with Team Zips.
Sometimes. Depends on the topic.
Did you get was there a lot of sadness happening? I'm so unlucky.
3 times. 3 phone calls. Can you believe it? This guy has 19 home runs. Can you believe this guy has 16? Can you believe this guy has whatever he had? I'm like, yes, I
Right.
can.
But see, here's the deal. Ultimately, I look and I say Team Zips ERA was 6 for the week, so I cannot feel sorry for him. Like,
Yeah, his pitching was bad.
right. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you perform poorly, and then you don't get a nice result, even if you are sort of unlucky, it's hard for me to feel bad for you because your team performed bad.
For the most part.
I mean, if you have a 6 ERA, you got to do better than that, man. You gotta. Because I mean,
Total
that's-
bases both in the hundreds.
I know. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 4 categories. 5, 6. You see that all the pitching sets, pitching categories, he didn't win.
Right.
You know, because he actually won batting average and on base percentage.
Correct.
In the offensive stat. Because I mean, he hit 303, he hit 371. His offense was fine. Sometimes a guy's gonna blow up against you, and there's nothing you can do.
Right.
You know.
Well, you got to do it by salvaging the other half of the categories.
Right.
That didn't happen.
Right. So anyway, Baseball Stars won 10-6. It makes me wonder if Baseball Stars is going to get excited about his win now, and start
Well, I
trying.
mean, it's an interesting shakeup. I mean, the standings is well, you're not done yet.
Yeah, we'll do one more and then we'll talk about standings. Cobra Kai with the 11-6 win over Ben's Champions, getting back on the winning track after Team V, derailed him. Came back with an 11-6 win over Ben's Champions. Ben's Champions still had a really good offensive week. 308, 16 homers, 50 RBIs. I'm sure that would be,
Top three.
top 3 offense. But again, pitching. Cobra Kai, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pitching categories. Cobra Kai won. And it's the same story
Ben's
every
Champions,
week.
yeah.
So it's a shame because do you think if like stocks were pitchers that it would change Ben's Champions outlook?
I have said it all year. I don't think the pitching free agency is anywhere near what it used to be.
Did you listen to what I said?
No.
I tell from what I said. I said, do you think if stocks were pitchers, would it change Ben's Champions outlook on his fantasy team?
No, that I said the right thing.
No.
No.
Oh, that's not because
it doesn't matter because there's nothing.
he's too busy doing other things was what I was trying to say.
No, and I was just trying to say that no, because to go back to your stocks, all the stocks out there that are pitchers are penny stocks, and he doesn't play the penny stocks.
I gotcha. All right. You got it back in there somehow. So anyway,
That's
I
what
mean,
she said.
somehow, huh? All right. So yeah, I mean it's the same story with Ben's champions with the pitching. So now at the All-Star break, here are the standings.
I think it's very interesting.
Yeah.
I know you're not excited anymore,
No.
Mister. Excuse me.
So excited you just have to cough up a phlegm.
No,
huh?
you were choking. I just
Oh, is that
wanted
what
to-
you're doing? Right.
you were.
Well, then why would you be doing it for me? Anyway.
I wouldn't. You're right. I wouldn't. I wouldn't be joking if I were you.
Ben's Bear Bashers with the 2-game lead over Team V. 4 games up on Alaska Glaciers. 5 games up on Cobra Kai. 5.5 up on Team Joe Boo.
So first to fifth is only separated by 5.5 games. I don't think that's happened in
ever.
I'm sure it
serious.
has happened ever, but
Do you think this late in the season?
can you statistically prove that it hasn't?
Of course I can't.
Okay, well then don't make that statement then. Just say.
I'm just asking. Do you remember a time
No,
that?
because
we-
do you remember the very first season we played?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because you won. Do you remember the second
That was
season?
great.
Do you remember the second season? So let me clarify. He didn't win. He was the regular season champ and then choked like he always does in the playoffs.
Anyway.
Doesn't perform well.
So yeah,
Ladies.
there's a huge differential between 5 and 6.
There is, but
13
let's
games.
hold on. Let's break it down. Like I said, 1 through 5 that I can remember. I don't remember there being at this close at this point in the season. 1 through 5
No.
in a long time.
Right.
In a long time.
Yeah, I would say that.
Are you still as confident going into the?
Well, no, now that screwed up everything. Me getting blown out. That was the one thing that I kept putting my hat on, is that I never got blown out. And then once I got blown out, everything got really close. That wasn't part of the plan. So, but
6 weeks to go.
Mhm.
You think you can hold on?
Do I think I can? Yes. Am I going to? I don't know. But I mean, it's not impossible.
Who
for sure.
of the 5 teams there? Give me 2 who you think have the best chance off the top of your head of passing you. And while you're doing that, I'm going to look at your remaining schedule. So here's your remaining 6. Zips, Cobra Kai, Alaska Glaciers, 5 Swords, V, and 6644.
Yeah.
That's not easy.
No.
That's definitely not easy.
No.
So
But
give
I
me
don't
your...
think it's awful either, though. I don't think it's like it's not stacked because I don't have to play Ben's champions, which that's the team that scares me the most. The way I don't match up well against him at all.
But here's how I look at it. You're playing three
Nine.
of your 6 matchups
Yeah.
are against 3 of the teams trying to catch you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's
Interesting.
and there's 3 teams. There's a couple there that like 5 swords and stuff. It doesn't count.
Here's the thing though. You've got to pound him and this is your rival. So you know that he's going to try harder against you than he does anybody else.
I don't know. I guess because he still wants to play for some reason. Depends. I'm trying to talk him into quitting, but he doesn't want to do it.
Apparently not. So of the list of the other 4 teams, which 2 do you think?
Well, Cobra Kai is the best of the bunch.
Okay.
Because even though he lost to you, he's been the most consistent
Okay.
of that group.
Team Joe Bill, Bear Bashers, 5 Swords, 6644, Baseball Stars, and Zip. So I would say that that's an easy schedule for Cobra Kai to finish the year.
Yeah.
Especially finishing it off with 6644, Baseball Stars, and Zips. That's not.
The biggest matchup is us. I think
It's
honestly.
you too. Yeah.
I mean,
well,
he's I
this
think that's a
first
big-
one against Team Joe Boo is going to set the tone.
Yeah. See, Team Joe Boo is just so all over the place. Great, bad, great, bad, great, bad. I can't.
Okay.
I
So then your choices are either Team V or Alaska Glaciers.
yeah. And I
Let's just
definitely-
do this. Alaska Glaciers plays Baseball Stars, Zips, you, me, Ben's Champions, Team Joe Boo. That's a gauntlet.
Yeah.
I don't think that bodes well for Alaska Glaciers.
No,
As far as I'm not saying not make the playoffs.
Right.
As far
Oh,
as
yeah,
being
yeah.
top.
Well, yeah. All these teams, but just let me interject. All these teams are making the playoffs. Those top 5
Yes.
are making the playoffs.
I agree.
I don't think there's a chance that any of them aren't. I don't see how 66-44 ends Ben's champions both come in there.
I won't completely disagree with you. I would say it's not impossible though.
It's not
It's only
impossible.
15 games. That's not.
Yeah, but that's a lot in 6 weeks, man. I think it
It
is.
only takes someone in front of you get blown out and you to blow someone else out to
Yeah,
make that
I
gap.
guess, I
just
guess.
saw it.
Yeah.
Team these remaining 6: 66-44, Baseball Stars, Zips, Alaska Glaciers, Bear Bashers, and finishes the season off with Ben's Champions.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's a tough schedule for Team V.
Mm-hmm.
Especially in the get-going here. 66-44 always gives them trouble, but then it's Baseball Stars, Zips, and then Alaska Glaciers, who I historically have a very good record against.
Right.
So it's really the only thing I'm worried about is my last 2 matchups.
Mm-hmm. So, would you say the easiest schedule remaining would be Cobra Kai 1, you 2,
U3.
me 3, and then are we even talking about Joe Boo in here? I guess we're not.
Well, we'd say he has the toughest because we don't think his team is the best.
Yeah. Right.
And then Alaska Glacier is slightly ahead of him.
Yeah. But either way, it should be a good last 6 weeks. That's for sure.
For the top. Now,
Mhm.
let's not forget, we've already established that 5 Swords is out. You and I will argue on Baseball Stars. 12 and a half.
12 and a half out. Yeah.
With 6 weeks to go is not impossible.
It's not impossible.
I think he's still in it.
Mhm.
So basically, you've got the top 5 fighting for the top 5 positions, and then you have 6 through 9 fighting
Right,
for
for-
one spot. One spot.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite there?
Yeah. I still got to stick with Ben's Champions.
Really?
The offense has still been there. So.
It's so tough. Every one of those teams is just.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. They all have issues, but who's the best at something? Ben's Champions offense is the best at that. You know what I mean? So I feel like he would be the guy, and I also feel like he'll try really hard. He'll amp it up to try to make it too.
Will he?
You don't think he will? I think he will.
I'm sticking with 66-44.
Okay. I can see that. I'm not against it. I mean, he's already there. I mean,
Well.
he's got a 2-game lead on Ben's Champions right now. So
I think the final 6 through 10 standings are everything you see now, except I think Zips and Baseball Stars flips positions.
it's hard for me to say that because I have no idea where Baseball Stars heads at. I don't know what he's gonna do. Like
You do, because you want him to. You want him to quit.
Well, I'm surprised that he's making so many moves suddenly. I think he thinks that he has a chance now, and I think that changed everything. I think he won a matchup.
Hold on,
and he was
let's do them some due diligence too. Let's go to Baseball Stars. Does he have a chance? Alaska Glaciers this week.
Yeah, he could beat Alaska Glaciers. That's not impossible.
Team V, Ben's Champions, Team Jobu, Cobra Kai.
No, I don't like that. I don't like that schedule.
Here's my wrench. Here's my wrench in this, okay? If he can keep it to, let's say, within, and I know you're not going to like this, 5 games going into the last week's matchup, he plays 5 Swords.
Yeah, I think, but
Okay, so let me put it this way. If I'm Baseball Stars, I'm looking at, I want to chop into that deficit as much as I can in 5 weeks, knowing that when I play 5 Swords, I'm playing to annihilate and blow him out.
I get what you're saying, but I don't think it'll matter by the time he gets there. I don't think he'll be able to catch it. I don't think he'll be able to.
Interesting.
And you just think Zips is just falling off the face of the earth.
His offense just, he can't compete with anybody offensively.
Yeah.
And every team he plays, so Zips remaining 6, you, Alaska Glaciers, me, Ben's Champions, Team Jobu, Cobra Kai. That's, if we're ranking everybody's, that's the hardest schedule right there. The last 6,
Yeah.
he's got no chance.
Yeah.
I think Zips is done.
I agree with that. He did hit 300 last week though. I mean, it's not like
He's a small ball team.
I know. That's what I'm saying. So I
But
don't
his
think.
pitching is not consistent. It's not his staple.
Yeah.
I think you can go into Zips with a certain strategy and know that you're going to walk away with at least 7 or 8 points easily.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
interesting.
All right. Well, those are the matchups.
We did the trades. We did the
trades,
record
did the
books.
records. So I guess really all we have to do now is power rank.
Unless there's another topic that you want to broach. I mean, you've been pretty hard on the quitters the whole video.
Well, I didn't like the timing of it. That's all. And then I think what
So you're not upset that they're quitting. You're just upset when they decided to quit. Interesting.
Well, I know we've talked about this on our own. I feel
Lies. I've never talked to them about it.
I think Baseball Stars wants it to go back to the way it was in 2007 and 2008, and that's just not going to happen. It was an easier league then. People were less active, and that's how it was. And he doesn't understand that he's had an all-star team of players that he has traded away in poor GM moves. That's what it is. It has nothing to do with young players. It has nothing to do with that.
I would say, and like I said, I don't want to get into a lot of it. By the way, 2007, 266 transactions, 248 transactions, 158, 158.
What are we saying?
You just said people were less active. People were more active.
Well, no, but I mean, like, I'm not. I guess actives is the wrong. I think they cared more. There was more research. There's more research now being done. Everybody has more knowledge now than they did back then. That's what I mean.
Okay.
They have more want to be better.
2008, 209 transactions, 324, 184, 123, 105, 100. 54 transactions, playing for pride. And by the way, in 2008, the two fewest transactions were 44 and 46. Both teams made the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's impossible nowadays.
Why?
That a team could make that few transactions and make the playoffs. There's no way.
Oh, in the 40s?
Yeah.
Well, no.
That's what I'm saying. It's comparing two separate eras almost. Is what I'm saying.
Do you consider 61 to be that many?
No, but you went to right now, right?
Yes.
But I would say 61 is actually going to be 100 by the end of the year.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
How about 36 transactions?
Yeah, that's not a lot. Because that would be 60 by the end of the year.
Okay. That's what 66-44 is on pace for.
Yeah, and he's not making the playoffs. I already said, I think Ben's champions is
Correct.
66-44.
Okay, but the guy that's in first place isn't even over 100 transactions.
Well, yeah, there's a reason for that.
Right, because you're not trying.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm not trying right now. It's not what I mean. It's not what I mean. There's a game plan, and it's not just dropping guys because they get rocked one time. That's not how it works.
And I kind of alluded to this in a text conversation too. Is this league? I don't want to say this league. Is fantasy baseball? Here's what you need to ask yourself. Is fantasy baseball the same now as it was when the league first started in 2004?
No, not even close.
It's not even close.
I know.
So to try to even think about that, or to even compare the two, I think is just
right.
You're
and let's
it's laughable.
Right, and let's hark back to what we were
Or
originally
denial.
saying.
How about this? You're in denial.
Yeah.
How's that?
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why if it's too much and there's too much going on for Baseball Stars and Five Swords to want to keep playing, I get it. I'm okay with it and I understand it. I just don't like the timing of saying, hey guys, guess what? I know there's still 6 weeks to go, but I'm done. Why not wait until after the season?
I understand.
That's all. That's all I'm saying. That's all.
And I would even take it a step farther, and I agree with you to that extent, but if they give your exact words of why they're quitting.
Right. I see what you're saying. Because that's what they should admit to. Is what you would
Correct.
More. Yeah.
Just man up and say you don't have the time, or just say you don't want to spend the time. I don't want to hear excuse because of this, excuse because of that, excuse because of that. And there's going to be a guy watching the video and he's going to say, well, the farm system has affected it. Yes. You traded Chris Sale for Jock Peterson and Yon Moncada. Chris Sale, you did that.
And Chris Davis.
And you threw in Chris Davis. You did that. So don't tell me
Chris
about...
Davis with a K, the good Chris Davis.
Yeah, don't tell me about farm system, this and that. I think farm system has helped with trading. It's made the league more active.
Yes, I would agree with that. That is definitely true. Yes.
But don't make that as an excuse for why you can't make your team better.
No.
Because it's proven there are actually dumb trades out there.
Yeah.
How'd that work out?
Yeah.
It's stupid. It just angers me. farm system is the reason why people are quitting. No, it's not. It's because they can't win. It's because they don't want to put the time into it, and it's because they make poor decisions.
Right.
That's why they're not winning.
And
I'm fine with that. Then just say that.
Right.
But don't use the league as your cop out for why you're not playing.
And honestly, like I think there's just a certain level of pride, and I think you just got to get rid of that. Like I'll give you an example. Football starting soon, okay? And I literally have no idea Alex Smith is a quarterback for somebody. I didn't even know what team he was. Like, I didn't know.
Washington Redskins.
Yeah, he's a Washington Redskins. I didn't know. I missed it because I just don't follow football enough. Like,
Is that why you kept 2 Chiefs? You didn't realize
I didn't know it.
You didn't realize Alex
I just
Smith
heard it the
wasn't-
other day. But the point is that, and
You can still change your keepers.
well, yeah, really. But I was ready to like quit the football league because I'm like, man, I'm not good at this. I don't follow it enough. I'm too involved in baseball. My life is like I was ready to quit, and I was like, you know what? I'm not going to quit because the only reason I'm not is because I would not care at all about any football whatsoever if I didn't have a fantasy team. Like if I didn't have a fantasy team, I couldn't even sit there and watch a football game because I'm like, I just don't
But
care.
you don't need to have a fantasy team. You could just do fan duels every Sunday, and that would make you care.
Well, I guess, but I don't like doing those pay sites because I feel like all the people with their algorithms and the rich people are the ones that dominate. You know, the ones that can go out there and throw 1,000 lineups out there are the ones who win all the time. That's my personal opinion.
Depends. Well, again, you're not going to get into the whole gambling thing.
Yeah,
but
I know.
that's going to play out either now with the new gambling being set.
Yeah, it could,
So, I mean,
it
that
could change.
That could
But
change.
I
I'm
do
very
believe that's the way it was before.
I'm very excited for. I wish Pennsylvania would get their stuff together because I really can't wait to bet on college football games.
Yeah,
Now that we
I
don't
know.
have to do 4,
Right. Yeah.
parlay 2, parlay 3.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I know. I get what you're saying, but anyway, like I said, I can easily admit that I don't know crap about football, and that's why I'm not very good at football. I'm never usually at the high. I'm not very good at it, and I think that's what has to happen other places here. Like you just have to say, it's like you said, you should say, well, it's too involved for me, and I don't have the time, and I don't want to do it, and that's okay. It's all right.
But you're
You
still
know?
doing football.
I am I know most likely. I mean, best case scenario for me, I get a little bit lucky in the draft and I make the playoffs, and then anything can happen when you make the playoffs.
Fantasy football is the luckiest fantasy sports to play.
That is true. That
so
is
I
true.
mean, there's
Yeah.
no skill involved in that at all.
Right.
What I was going to say is, you are in control though of what you. That's why I think fantasy baseball is the best fantasy sport to play.
Oh, it
because
is.
you are in control of everything
Yeah.
you can do. Now you can say, well, you can't control the matchups. Yeah, correct.
Yeah, you can't
Correct.
control what the other guy's doing against you.
Correct.
Yes, but
and you
that's
can't
it.
control how your guys actually perform.
Right.
You can control the guys that are on your roster, though.
Mhm.
And I
Yeah.
just
Yeah, it's so much better than football because when you have football, everybody plays on Sunday and there's nothing you can do. Your lineup's out there and whatever happens. But here, it's Thursday and you can look at the matchup and say, well, man, I got to do something here for the next 3 days or I'm going to lose.
right.
You know what I mean? You can
Correct.
change your roster.
Football's one day and done.
That's it. That's it. And
Like 4 o'clock, you have 2 quarterbacks on your roster. One plays at 1, one plays at 4. You have the 4 o'clock guy in your roster, and all of a sudden he hurts his shoulder. Now he's done. You're done. You
You're
have
done.
no chance.
I know.
You have no chance.
I know.
But I just want to wrap that up with that brief topic and just saying, at least on my side, by no means am I saying I want you to quit.
Yeah, I don't want to say that I am either because I know I've been kind of harsh on that.
It's just tired of hearing the woe is me stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
And I get it. Like, I get I'm 5 swords. I'm in last place 3 or 4 years in a row. I've made the playoffs once in the 9 years I've been here, something like that. I mean, I understand it.
Right.
But again, I'm going to throw this back at you. There have been people that have said, hey, I'll help you out with this. I'll show you some stuff. I'll talk to you about this. Doesn't want it. So look yourself in the mirror. And baseball stars, I understand your lifestyle. I get it. It makes it tougher that way too. So, it's a matter of what you want to pay for or what you want to be a part of. I mean, I get it. I just didn't say that. Just don't cry me a river about stuff that isn't affecting your team.
Yeah.
So.
Makes sense.
Again, don't want you to leave, but you got to do what you got to do. If the league ends up folding, just know it'll be your fault.
Anyway, power rankings are next. right, now it's time for the All-Star edition of the Power Rankings. Hey, before we start the Power Rankings, I have a question for you. Did you watch the Home Run Derby?
Yeah.
Did you like the Home Run Derby?
Yeah.
Did you? I feel like I was bored. Like I didn't like it that much. Should I have liked it more? Am I the only one who didn't like it that much? Like there was a couple of exciting parts, but like here can I ask a question? Why don't they do it like the old school TV show? Did you ever watch the old school TV show?
You get 3 outs and that's the end of your inning and
Yeah.
stuff because it would take too long.
Yeah, but why don't we do like just 3-inning matchups with everybody? And that's only 9 swings.
Because what they're trying to do is the reason that they changed the format to the time thing is the complaint before was that it took too long.
Yeah, but don't you think it would be a lot more exciting to watch a guy come up real quick and then go down, and then a guy come up again for 3 swings and then go down, and then it'd switch it more often?
Well, it's not 3 swings. It's
Well, yeah, you get
3
an
outs.
out, an out.
No,
And-
I think it'll slow it down because guys are going to take more pitches.
But see, here's the deal. Do you remember the way it used to be? There's literally an umpire back there, and if it's a strike, he calls a strike, and that's an out. Like if it's over the plate, you got to hit it. And these guys are still going to try to throw it down the middle anyway. I mean, these are legit.
Well,
batting
they're not
practice
trying.
guys.
To throw it down the middle. They're trying to throw it to a spot.
Well, yeah, whatever. But you know what I mean? So, I don't know. I think it would be more fun if they did that. Of
I
course,
thought
they
it
would
was-
never do it that way, but I think it would be more fun if they did it that
I
way.
thought it was. I like the new format. I like the time. The only thing I don't like is, and I understand why they do it, is that they have to wait for the ball to land and throw the next pitch. I don't like that. I feel like
Yeah.
I feel like you're robbing yourself of some excitement because guys aren't going to have time then
Right.
at the end. But no, I thought it was fun.
They probably just do that so that the kids don't get hurt that are out there.
Correct.
But do we really need the kids out there? You know what I mean?
That's part of, but that's what baseball's about.
I-
Baseball is about your dad took you. Listen, your dad took you to a baseball game. Now you're older. You're gonna take your son to a baseball game
Yeah.
with his electronics.
Yeah, exactly.
So he can say he was there.
Right.
But that's how it was, and that's why. No, I liked it. I thought it was enjoyable.
Yeah. And there's, like I said, there was a couple of exciting spots, but I felt like there was just a lot of blah.
There wasn't really any blowouts.
And I didn't feel like the crowd was into it either.
Are you kidding me?
Well, yeah, they were at the times when Harper was hitting, but I feel like when there was other times there's like one
Well,
time when Bregman was coming back in the first round, they got excited.
Right. Here's something I did not like. I don't know why this happened. It's just lack of interest. It wasn't American League versus National, and I kind of liked that before that they were doing it. It wasn't like that at all. It was 7 National League guys, 1 American League guy.
Yeah.
And here's the other thing. So, Hoskins, I'm trying to think who else was in it.
Aguilar. Want me to name them all?
Well, no, I was gonna say it's because of you're a Nats fan. You're not supposed to root for these. So you're a
Yeah.
Nats
I see what you're
ballpark.
saying.
You're a
Yeah.
Nats fan. You don't like these National League teams. You don't
Yeah.
want to root for them. So the
Right.
only guy they could get
It
behind.
was Bregman. I thought. I
Right.
thought Bregman had a lot.
I thought
of-
Bregman. I thought if Bregman would have won his first round matchup, it would have been a better, more exciting
Yeah.
story. But
Right.
it's interesting. No, Schwarber surprised me. I mean, it makes more sense if you look at it from as someone said, he's got a softball body. So
Yeah.
I mean, that does kind of make sense. Hoskins did exactly what I thought he was going to do. Aguilar is the guy I was surprised at. He was too nervous.
Yeah, he was nervous.
And
Yeah.
the only reason I know that's because they had him on. I was watching MLB Network before they were doing their show, and he was nervous just talking. They had him up from the thing, and he was
Yeah.
he was excited to be there, and blah
Yeah.
blah 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 blah. I missed, and the reason I didn't respond to it, I missed the Max Muncy Derby. That was in between. We stopped and cleaned everything up downstairs, and then moved upstairs to bedtime. By the time I got on, it was already over.
Yeah.
So I missed it.
He did really well.
So I didn't see that.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought Aguilar was the only one who didn't do well, to be honest. Usually there would be like,
Yeah.
you remember, you're a Mets
Well,
fan.
how about
Remember that
not-
one where Piazza had no home runs or whatever?
Right. I don't think did well is the right word. I think you expected more. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you,
yeah.
you expected a better showing. No, I thought Bryce Harper did exactly what he was supposed to do. It was in his home ballpark. He put on a show. He hit some absolute bombs like he's supposed to.
Yeah, and it is funny though because like so many guys like in the past have turned down this, and they act like they don't care. But a guy like Bryce Harper this is right up his alley. This is what he wants. He wants everybody to look at him
But
and say, "Look how good I am."
correct. But
So I don't understand
but
why
here's the
it was
thing.
even an issue before.
he needed it
He needed
with the
it now.
season that he's having.
Yeah.
he needed it.
Right. But it's still going to change the fact that he's hitting 220 with runners in scoring position.
Correct.
Like that's the problem. His home runs are fine.
Right.
Like he's going to end up like 45 home runs at the end of the year. That's nothing wrong with that. So it's just that he just isn't hitting with runners in scoring position. That's the biggest problem.
Yeah. No, I
Yeah,
thought it was
well.
fun. I thought it was fun. I think you would enjoy it more if there was better players in it. I think that's the bottom line.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Like if there were more Machados or something in it, you mean?
Judge back in it.
Oh yeah, yeah. But see, I know for a fact Judge blames the home run derby for having his bad second half last year,
Good.
and that's why he didn't want to do it again.
I understand that, but I'm just saying. I think that the name value was there. Like
Yeah, yeah.
it would have made it
I got you.
But, no, I thought it was still fun.
Yeah, I'm not saying it was.
I'll be
awful.
honest.
I just-
That's probably the first home run derby I watched from start to end in probably like 5 or 6
yeah. I
years.
was surprisingly home too. Usually I was going somewhere else, but I was back from my.
Tendering.
No, I was. We were at the carnival yesterday.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So
I wasn't there, but yes, I remember you talking about. it.
yes. Okay, so
Number 6?
Your number 6.
Is Alaska Glaciers.
Alaska Glaciers. I have Ben's Champions.
Interesting.
Number 6.
So,
I still think Ben's Champions has the most consistent offense, and that should get him into the top 6 right now, the way it is constructed.
Okay.
Okay.
I think Alaska Glaciers is better than a number 6 power ranking.
Oh, he is.
But he's lost 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, and it's not
Or I'm
going to
sorry,
change.
he lost and then
Yeah.
beat 5 Swords. So I don't.
Well,
That does nothing.
I get it. Well, on the same topic, my number 5 is Alaska Glaciers, and he's still not active enough. Sorry, that's the bottom line. He needs to make more moves and change. But if you want to keep going with Team Joe Boo as your number 4,
No, he's my number 5.
oh, he's your number 5. He, on the other hand, does make the moves that is important, and that's why he is ranked higher for me. He's my number 4 than Alaska Glaciers because he makes the moves to make the wins. Alaska
See-
Glaciers is trying to find his computer.
Right.
And
I
that's
still
why.
think these two teams are too inconsistent, regardless of not making moves or making moves.
I
I
would
still
agree with
think
that.
they're too
They're
inconsistent.
both inconsistent.
Which is
agree
why I
with
have a surprise for you at number 4. My number 4.
that. Your number
Yeah.
4 is 66-44.
Because he has 4s.
Oh. Okay. I guess. I don't know. I
You don't think he's a playoff team, I know.
no. Yeah, but again, I still go back to the. Just
Prove
like you
him
said.
wrong. Prove him wrong.
How many moves does he have again? Did you say? 31 or something?
39 or
something. He's in the
something.
30s. You gotta have more than that. In today's baseball, you have to have more than that. If you're making that few moves, you're not doing well. I'm sorry. And he's not. He's not a
Prove him
playoffs.
wrong. Prove him wrong. Stop making moves, especially when you play me.
My number 3 dropping Bear Bashers. Number 3.
Dropped yourself to number 3.
Yes. All right.
I moved myself up
Okay.
to number 3.
Number 3.
Because I'm only missing an R.
For there. THERE. There.
Correct. There is the at number 3.
All right.
Offense. I never know what kind of offensive pitching I'm going to get any week. I know you can say, well, duh, anybody can say that. No, I mean, like, I really have no idea.
Yeah, there's been a little bit of an inconsistency there, but that said, everybody's like that. So my number 2 is Team B.
Wow. My number 2 is Bear Bashers. It's just because you're not trying.
Yeah.
You're not trying.
Yes. It couldn't have. Like
He
I said,
says on the phone to me, well, I'm not going to try and win these categories because I have my roster exactly the way I want it. So I'm just not going to try and win 1 or 2 points to blow up my roster. So you're not trying. That means you're not trying.
No, that's not true.
That you're not trying. So you never said that?
No. It's true that I said that, but it's not true that I'm not trying.
You're not trying.
Because it's more important to win in September than it is right now.
So we have a consensus number 1.
I guess. Globo Jim.
He is no longer Globo Jim, and you should have a Cobra Kai thing.
I don't have a Cobra Kai.
Yes, you do. You had to have it, otherwise I wouldn't have one.
You made one just for you.
No, I did not.
You set me up, you jerk.
It's probably in
It's
your
not
mess.
here. I do not have a Cobra Kai. Look at this. Oh, now here's a paper.
Oh, weird. Yeah, weird.
See, it's not laminated.
Cobra Kai till we die, number 1. We had a good matchup. Lost. So that should be a warning to you, but
Yeah, I think I have him number 1 because he's like won 8 and 9 matchups now.
correct.
Something like that. I'm
There's
not.
one losses to me.
Yeah, but he's won a lot and only lost 1 in that time frame. So yeah, you got to put him number 1 now. You can't deny the success. And is that right? Is it 8 and 9?
6 of 7.
6 of 7. Sorry.
6 of 7.
Okay.
Yes.
So
Interesting matchup this week with the All-Star. Interesting because it's in a people are still asking, even though it clearly says it on the website. Is it just these 3 days? Is it just 3 days for the matchup?
well,
No.
I didn't look at the website when I asked you. I'm sorry.
I wasn't referring to you. I said you're not the only person.
Oh.
But it's clearly on the website.
So why don't we look ahead real quick? No, that's behind you. You look behind. Yeah, look ahead. So we have these. What would it be? An 11-day matchup, right?
Yes.
Who do you think, looking at the matchups for this week, who is this a good thing for? Who is this a bad thing for? Which teams are in trouble have to need to play?
I think
an 11-day
the
matchup?
team that has the most to benefit from this 11-day matchup is Ben's Champions. I don't think it's even close.
Oh yeah, he's playing 5 swords.
This is your week
Yeah.
to gain ground, get back into the 6th spot.
I think the most interesting is Cobra Kai Team Joe Bill.
I think that I was going to say the most interesting matchup is Cobra Kai Team Joe Bill.
Yeah.
I think the Alaska Glaciers, Baseball Stars, Bear Bashers, Zips matchup holds a lot of value for how the next 5 weeks are going to go. The 66-44 and the matchup, I mean, it's important to me and it's important to him, but I think it's going to be the score is going to be too close.
I hope so.
The score is going to be too close that it's going to matter.
I hope it's a close score because I don't know. It makes me worried because 66-44 he might not make moves. And he might just get blown out.
Larry made moves for my matchup.
I know. See, that's what I'm saying. He hasn't done anything yet.
Neither of you. You didn't make any moves for your matchup.
Well, the moves I made on last week were for next week already. So
See? And that's why people are quitting, because you're now doing stuff weeks in advance. Pretty soon, guys are going to be doing stuff for months in advance.
Sorry. All right. Well, down to the home stretch. Only 6 more matchups to go.